Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. This is a new product, the one we're unboxing here. This one here is the Adapter Baby Remote Control Easy Match, necessary for all locksmiths, made in China, part number KS183. Now when I saw this online, it basically looks like this. If you can see there, it's just a box with an OBD cable. Comes in at about $29, so that's pretty cheap. So I thought I'd buy one to find out what it's about. When I read through it, it seemed to give me the impression that I could use this to program in remote controls. And I'll read you just quickly what it is. Adapter Baby Remote Control Easy Match, necessary for all locksmiths, able to add remote controls, only need to connect OBD port when install it. No need assistance from others. Save time and money. So I thought, okay, it's a good little device to, to get the remote controls into certain vehicles which are fussy. So I thought maybe it's a tool, but then again at $29 it comes in extremely cheap. So I kept reading here, Adapter Baby Remote Control Easy Match, necessary for all locksmiths. If you are an experienced technician in the automotive locksmith area, you must meet those problems. This is not my reading, this is just the description I'm reading to you. Strange car models, strange car remotes, device matching failure, communication failure, or original materials are very expensive. All of those problems make you lose customers, but you nothing. Don't know what they mean by that. Now the Adapter Baby can help you solve those problems. Now for $29 US, if you're helping me solve those problems, that's really cool. I want to know about it. So I bought one. And going through this basically what I'm getting to here is it's not a tool. It's not a tool, and we're going to look over it and see what it does do. Able to add remote controls. Only need to connect OBD port when installed. No need assistance from, okay, we've said all that. Using up to 20 remote controls at the same time. That's a lot of remote controls for one car. Valid remote control distance over 200 meters. So basically if you're in a shopping center and you accidentally sit down and you've got your keys in your pocket, you might even activate your car sitting way out there in the parking lot. 200 meters is ridiculously long range for that. But anyway, that's what they claim. Supports up to 90% of the car models on the road, including old key start, smart truck, electronic chip remote control, dedicated remote control on cars made in China, bio-ion generates and other control models such as B70, F6, old MG, old Citroen, new Legend, new Mitsubishi, and so on. Alright, so basically the information on this is really rough. Instruction manual non-existent. It comes in a box just like this. This is the device here now. Let's have a look at that. Oh, it's not even assembled. That's okay. It comes in a device. Here's the device. Here's like a flap. Here's OBD. That's a whole heap of what do they call that? That glue, heat glue. And in here they've included two little figure 8 wires. They've included 4 screws, and they've also included what looks to be 2 remote controls in the VW fashion. So they're a flick remote control, open, close, and that one. No light coming on, so we don't know whether or not they've put batteries in them. Anyway, oh, there's the... No, they don't look like they got batteries in them. Okay, but for $29 we're not expecting the world. So ideally, or originally I thought this would be a tool. So that's why I bought it. When I opened it up here, I can kind of see what's going on. And I did not manufacture this. I'm not the expert on this. I'm only looking at this from a consumer's point of view. I purchased one looking for how it can help me. So if I get something wrong, leave it in the description. If you know more, leave it in the description, because me and a few other people would like to really know. Now here's a board here. I can look around the board and get some general idea of what's going on here, and that's what I'll kind of run through with you. First of all, we've got 2 padded sections here, and they've supplied 2 remote controls for us. Whether or not we're actually going to be putting those remote controls in there, or if we're using the car's original remote controls and hardwiring them, I'm not sure. We've got a little crystal chip down here which is printed 320 or 370, so I'm guessing that is to do with the frequency 370 megahertz. So it's not the one that we use, the 400s, but it's a 300s. But it should be okay. Here there's a little spot here for this aerial to be pushed out, because obviously that would be our aerial for that. It does mention something about a learn button, and there is only one button, which is this white one right here. So that's a little learn button. I can go through now and see LEDs along here. So that would obviously indicate when they've been triggered, that little LED light will go on. Okay, this part here has kind of got me. We got figure 8 4 relays with figure 8 coming out, and those ones there. So this whole device, from what I can gather here, is here you have your OBD with your heat glue on the back. You would push this into your car's OBD port, creating power, sending power down the line here. What I don't like is there is no fuse on this. I mean, I know it's cheap, but you know, if you're going to plug anything into any foreign circuit, and especially a car, and you don't want to damage, it's always good to have a fuse. So power does come into this device here. So obviously when you want to learn a remote control, this would have power. You would push this button and you would learn it into one of these positions here. I don't know why it has these things here. I mean, I couldn't imagine that you would have to put this remote control in here and, you know, hardwire it. It just wouldn't make much sense. So I'm going with using it without. Now these wires here, why they're coming out here, I have no idea. I don't see any great step down of power. Here on the circuit board we have 6 volt, 3 volt, 3 volt, 6 volt, 12 volt, and nothing is really on there. So they didn't give us any instructions on how to use it. I could only think that this right here, well, the way I would look at this as trying to use it or make it usable is to say, okay, this is nothing but a receiver for these type of remote controls. Which type of remote controls these are, I'm not sure. Are they handy? Are they the like the Key DIY ones? Are they the X-Horse VVDI ones? I don't know. And then once saying that too, what format is this that it allows it to read this? Once again, they didn't tell me, and I don't know. But there would be some way of saying, okay, I want to use my you know, key DIY, set it to a particular frequency, and then this unit here would then pick that up quite easily. Which frequency that is, or which car setting, I don't know. Okay, so let's get back to it. This is nothing but power going to it. Okay, so you're going to apply power to it. You would need to install this box under the dash somewhere. Once again, you're going to take up the OBD port, which I think is very poor, and there's no double adapter there. So you're just going to have to take up the OBD port to use this. Now they do have these wires coming out here, and these are relays. So my thoughts on this are that when you activate your button, you could set it to up to 4 different actions, such as you've got lock, boot, and unlock. So I would be saying that this would be a contact. They would be probably reading open as normal, and when you push your button they would create the circuit to close the contact. So you could actually hardwire these into the vehicle, finding where they are or going to the switch. So you could use one for boot, one for unlock, one for relock, and do it that way. That's what I would be expecting. I could be wrong. This box is only new. It only came out on the market. They've to date sold about 450 of them, and they're coming in at about $29, and they have 2 remote controls. So ideally, once we get a few more information on it, maybe it might be a cheaper option for some of those cars that have aftermarket remote controls, or some of those cars where remote controls are extremely expensive and you just can't add remote controls without diagnostically having a nightmare. And if that's the case, then having a simple board like this under the dash, I mean, this does not have to be wired into the OBD port. You could probably pick up power from behind the stereo or on the ignition column quite easily, and I'd suggest putting a fuse there too. But that would give you then what looks to be a relay system of a four-way relay system running on 370 megahertz with a simple push to learn button, which to me has its benefits. You know, there would be some benefits to this type of system. Once you put it all back together, it shouldn't be too hard to kind of just screw it back together there. Looks like some sort of modem case, and this would go back in there as well. Okay, I haven't installed one to a car. They gave me no instructions, so it's just a brief look with my opinion of what it is, how it should work. And hopefully if other people are out there and they've had a look at this product or they've installed it, hopefully you can leave some comments down below. Looking at it here, we're looking at $29 and you get 2 remote controls. These remote controls are already like 15 bucks, so we're kind of getting this box for free. And if it allows us to get new remote controls working for a car, then we're doing well. Also, these type of remote controls, you can put your own transponder into them. You can set the flick blade here to whichever one you want. So even if it's not a VW sort of Golf or something, you can do that. I don't know why it's not coming out. Oh, there, it's already out. See that little hole there? That's where you would put, and there's the little pin. You put your key blade in there, push the pin in, turn it around, and then you've got yourself a flick key. The remote control part working here, and the transponder you'd be able to use, and you wouldn't need to diagnostically program that in. Okay, so there's the new Adapter Baby Remote Control Easy Match, necessity for all locksmiths. Leave your comments below, and thanks for watching.